The children will grow, and it's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback.
Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Jalen Smith. I've got to have some enthusiasm for this young man who missed his whole rookie year because of a knee injury in college. To see him back on the field making plays, that's exciting.
It is, and the good news for him, still just 22 years old, so hopefully a long, bright future ahead of him. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stops short of the 30. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now it's the Chiefs' all-time leading rusher. It's Jamal Charles on the carry. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll try the air now with Simeon. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Third and long, it's Simeon. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
He keeps making plays like that when Carlos Henderson's name will be extended to Carlos Henderson, big play guy.
Well, he maybe wasn't the household name out of college, went to Louisiana Tech, but 19 touchdowns last year. That tied the number 5 overall pick, Corey Davis, for the most in D1 football. Now Anderson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
On 2nd down, here's Simeon. Throwing right side, that's complete. Demaryius Thomas. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. From the red zone now, Simeon. That's complete, right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Both Sanders and his running mate, Demaryius Thomas, have been over 1,000 yards each the last 3 seasons. Demaryius Thomas takes care of a lot of stuff downfield. Emmanuel Sanders likes to work inside the margins.
Great compliment for each other, aren't they?
Yeah, they work very well together.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
That was an example of excellent defense there. They stuffed him. So now it brings up a 3rd down situation. If I'm calling plays here, I make sure I put it in the hands of my quarterback and get it to a receiver real fast. I'm not running the ball here.
So offensively on this drive, 2 of 2 on third downs, and now they face a third and inches. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Just a yard, but that's all they needed, and by the slimmest of margins, it'll be first and goal. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. First down and goal to go from the 7. They'll run. Anderson. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be second and goal. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Second and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long third and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it. How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
And the first play will be a field goal try. And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So a 15-play drive. Can't believe that only resulted in 3, but it did.
That is somewhat amazing, isn't it? When you hold the ball that long, run offense that well, yet only put 3 points on the board, it has to be a little bit of a disappointment, doesn't it?
Has to. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, James Hanna. Third down here. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Third and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. Now the 7th-year man, Chris Jones, on to kick. Emmanuel Sanders deep for the Broncos. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over first and 10. A reminder, coming up tonight, Green Bay visits Atlanta. All sorts of storylines there. A playoff rematch, also the opening of Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And then on Monday night, the Giants host the Lions.
So the Giants play on Sunday night and Monday night to open the season.
Yeah, 2 under the lights. Got some real estate inside the 30. And all the way home for a Broncos score. C.J. Anderson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And out now come the Cowboys. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going right side, he has Winton. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. They go play action here on 1st down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A 1st down carry by Elliott. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
While there is no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity map to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Ten yards to go on 3rd. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Flushed out right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro linebacker. It's Von Miller. The 40. He's at the 30. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Back to it after the pick 6. Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Now Sanders. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And his throw here is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Second down now after the incompletion.
No. Check. Patriot.
10th carry now for Anderson. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Here's Anderson. Anderson a 1st down and more. Cuts it out to the sideline. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Simeon now on 2nd down. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Anderson. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Able to put it through. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As we send you on to Orlando, we hook back up with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. Prescott. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. Prescott finding his big receiver Bryant there for a Cowboy first down. The numbers for Dak as a rookie last year are still kind of mind-boggling. And you look at QB rating. Dak was 104.9. Now, among full-time quarterbacks, only 2 Super Bowl quarterbacks, Matt Ryan and Tom Brady, were higher.
And look who he finished ahead of. Guys like Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Russell Wilson. Amazing.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And he finds his target, Terrence Williams. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory. He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On 2nd down, Elliott. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll try to throw now. Prescott eluding the pressure right. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Dez Bryant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They run again on first down. Anderson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
To throw is Simeon. And he whips one in there complete. That's Demaryius Thomas. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. 90 catches, close to 1,100 yards last year for Thomas. For most guys, that'd be incredible. For Thomas, those numbers his lowest since 2011.
Well, he does have his old offensive coordinator back, so I'm sure he's expecting to get back to his former levels of play.
All right, here we go. Blue, landed. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Jamal Charles on 3rd down. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Indeed going for it. Simeon. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Dak finding his tight end Witten, and the Cowboys have a 1st down.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Play action now. Prescott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Terrence Williams, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. And his kick is good. Bailey now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And coming out now, the Broncos. They start the drive with Anderson. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Green with a catch left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Denver has a 1st down on the 15-yard play. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Another tote here for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Anderson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Again, Anderson. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 14. Here's Simeon. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They run. Anderson. They find some open field here. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They come up in an offset eye. Simeon. That's caught. It's Thomas. He'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll run for it with Anderson, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. C.J. Anderson, his second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, and the Broncos will extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Simeon, and he fires one incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Will Parks. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick. Rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
On the crossing route, he hits Demaryius Thomas. That one goes for 36 yards.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe, the nickname his uncle gave him back in the day. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Play fake to Anderson. Now Simeon. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Anthony Hitchens coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. Simeon in need of something big following that sack, facing 3rd and long.
Let's go.
Off of play action, Simeon. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Demaryius Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Cowboys. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Off the play fake, Prescott. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Partner, I know the ball security's preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. On play action, Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation. Instead, tried to get all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long. Thought he needed the deep pass, couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this one complete to Witten over the middle. And he's eventually brought down, but not before he reaches the 39, just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 21 that time. To throw is Prescott. And Dez Bryant with nothing but green grass ahead of him. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dez Bryant with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Cowboys get a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Down the numbers. There he goes. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now a run with Anderson. C.J. Anderson. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. C.J. Anderson, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle it. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Aqib Talib.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go now.
Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. C.J. Anderson. And all the way home for a Broncos score. C.J. Anderson, 57 yards. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And that rushing touchdown is fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Terrence Williams past the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Terrence Williams with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. And the lead is down to 20. Bailey now to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. On second down, here's Simeon. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. They like like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount.